My name is Julio Alfaro. I go by Body Cuts, and I'm a barber here in the Bay Area. The reason I'm making this video is I just want to clear the air about some things and give some background about the documentary I'm about to drop. So the documentary is just simply about the rise of barbering in the Philippines. I was able to witness the shift they did in the barber industry out there. Alright, so where do I start? Back in 2016, April 2016, I moved back to the Philippines. I played basketball there for a small school. But I still had my clippers with me, man, so I just cut like all my teammates up. And at the time, there was only one barber that I was aware of that knew how to cut hair, and that was Large Republic. You know, it was good. So from 2016 up until like COVID, that's when I noticed like I got to witness actually firsthand the big jump and the big growth in the barber culture out there. So, you know, I'm a part of a few barber groups in the Philippines on Facebook, and like to name one, like Barbershop Community, PH. Like I got to see, you know, all these different barbers from all over the Philippines. They'd post their haircuts, they'd ask for advice, they'd ask for like thoughts on like, you know, how this haircut went, like all these, you know, like, and at that time too, I think that's when like cordless clippers started becoming a thing. So, you know, everyone was like upgrading their tools. Everyone was like, all right, how can I learn how to do like a taper? How can I do a fade? How can I do a proper lineup? Because if you know, you know. Back then, people would ask for a fade. It was like, yeah, give me a 0 on the sides. And the way they would ask for a lineup, like a box lineup, they'd be like devil's cut. Like, I don't even know how that translates into like line me up, give me a box lineup, but they would refer to that as a devil's cut. So terminology started shifting. You know, they started educating themselves more on modern day hairstyles. You know, in the Philippines, they call it yung uso. So like, you know, what's in style, what's trending. And like, you know, all these things I got to witness like from 2016 up until, like I said, COVID, 2019. Like I felt like there was a big jump in who knew how to do what in the barber industry. You know, it was a big jump, and that's the biggest reason on why I made this mini documentary. That's the biggest reason why I called it For the Culture, the rise of barbering in the Philippines. And honestly, like, you know, that it makes me proud to be Filipino, it makes me proud to be a barber, and you know, it's real dope. Even before the whole shift in like tapers and fades and lineups and shear work, like they always been good barbers. And you know, it's just dope to see haircuts go from 50 pesos to 1,500 pesos. And it's dope to see that barbers can make a living out there. And it's dope to see that they're not looked at as a lower class job. And really, another big reason why I'm making this video is because back then, no one would wake up and be like, Mom, Dad, I want to become a barber when I grow up. I feel like to this day, I feel like it's still like a lot of people that just be like, hey, you know, they look at barbering as like a fallback, or like he didn't make it in life, so he decided to just go cut hair. So a big reason I'm making this is just for like the younger generation, for the next barber coming up. You know what I mean? And I feel like nowadays with all the resources that we have on the internet and just online in general, like people don't have to struggle or like play the guessing game in certain things. I feel like somebody can start cutting hair like 2 months ago and be like just as good as me, you know what I mean? So that's another thing. Like I just want to inspire the next generation up. So I just want to give the barbers out there their flowers. You know, shout outs to all you guys. You guys, man, you guys inspire me, man. You guys motivate me. You know, here's another thing. I feel like in a lot of these groups and a lot of these the barber groups I was talking about, as I mentioned earlier, you know, Filipinos are known to have that crab mentality. So this is another reason why I want to make this video, because I had limited time. For one, I was working around other people's schedules. I was working around the barber schedules. I wanted to include everybody. I wanted to include as much people as I could, whether you was a big name, a little name, like, you know what I mean? I wanted to include as many people as I can. Believe it or not, a few people turned down the interview, and, you know, out of respect, and I have no shade against, I don't want to throw no shade or like throw any barbers' names under the bus, but like a lot of people denied the interview, and there was a lot of people that I wanted to include and I couldn't. And, you know, in the future, I mean, I hope this is just like a stepping stone where I can in the future make more videos or more documentaries, interview more barbers, you know, pick more minds. You know, I'm hoping I could be out there while you guys throw a convention or a competition or something. So shout out to Kay and Kate. This documentary wouldn't have happened without both of them. Shout out to Kuya Joe. Shout out to Indio. Shout out to Russ. Shout out to Utol Jake. Thank you to Daily Goods, the homies Daily Goods. Shout out to Native. Those two brands right there, man, they helped me give back to the community when I went out. I reached out to a few brands, and those two were more than willing to help me give back to the barbers out there. So, you know, we definitely gonna have some future projects coming up. Definitely give back again to the Filipino community. Those are two Filipino-owned brands, so I thought that was dope too. For the Culture, July 19th. Like, follow, subscribe, and I hope y'all like it.